Okay, good morning, everyone. Start with approval of the agenda.
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Minutes of July 27th, 2021 board meeting. Motion on that.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carries. Number 3, lease for 8th Judicial District Court Administration with Frazee Company Rentals, LLC.
This is just a renewal of the lease that we already have. I think it's gonna expire in November, or end of October, something like that. And it looks like they've only increased the rate $100 each year.
And they pay the electricity, gas, water, garbage, but the tenant pays for the cleaning. Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay. Supporting broadband project with Citizen Mutual.
This was the guys from Citizens Mutual come up a couple weeks ago and was up last week, and we forgot to put it on the agenda. So this is just supporting what we had talked about a couple weeks ago as far as giving them the ability or more points to put onto their grants to kind of kickstart the broadband infrastructure work in Wapello County. They've already started in the southern part of the county, but this will kind of take some area over by Blakesburg and then kind of farther across the southern part to the east. So this is just saying we support the project, and we'll support it monetarily at some point.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Number 5, website development proposal from the Metropolitan Labs, LLC.
And I just brought this up. This is a company that did our website for our election website that we have. And me and Paul kind of talked one day that I guess we just kind of felt that there was probably a need to upgrade our website, just because our current website that we have is just very hard to use, where our election website is very easy to use. So with not knowing what the year is going to be like towards the end of the year, it might be nice just to have a nice working website where we can have, if we had to close courthouse again, they could go out there and get forms or a lot of different things that a person would need to conduct business a little bit easier than what we had in previously.
Will there be like e-commerce on here where they could pay vehicle registration, property taxes, all that can be done through the website?
Yeah. So there would be a link on the treasurer's webpage, on their page, that would take them to pay their taxes or register their vehicle or pay their tags, I guess.
Jeff?
With this is this new platform, would you be able to fill out forms and submit forms, not necessarily just pay taxes, but also for like building permits and stuff like that?
Right. So on our election webpage, we have like voter registration forms, and I believe you can fill them out online. I mean, you could just pull it up and it could be filled out, or and I believe there's a link that would then, once they did that, then it sends those forms to our email.
And by the thing, they'll meet one-on-one with elected officials, department heads, kind of to tailor it to the needs of each department too.
And they're very good. Like with our elections webpage, of course, they've done several of those. So they will go with our maintenance fee that we pay. If there's any new election laws that need to be upgraded, they go and do it to all of those. So they're really easy to work with. And I just think it would be good for us in the future to have something that's a little bit better than what we have.
Anything better than what we have would be fantastic.
Our current site is 9 years old when it got developed. something like that, before I was here. So it was like 2012 or so that it was put together. If I could just add a couple things, we need to be able to update the site ourselves. We need to probably get a better way to solicit updated material from the departments. You know, a really good looking website that doesn't have any good information on it, it's still just the same as what we have now. If we can improve our information a little bit. And I guess the last thing, if it's worth the discussion, I think it is, the city just went through it, and Bridgeview also is on this Neapolitan Labs. Bridgeview just redid their website. When they redid their website, they also did a logo and branding recondition. And I think the county is desperately in need of a centralized logo and branding, or a better job with that, or anything at all. We don't really have anything as far as a Wapello County logo per se. Everybody's kind of got their own little thing, but there's no, short of the sign out front of the courthouse, that's about as far as it goes with that. So these folks do that. I mean, I'm all for the website as long as we can update it. We can do, you know, if we can update sheriff sales and stuff like that, and employment opportunities and all the different stuff that everybody does. And it sounds like we can. And
well, with our election webpage, I know I log in, Danielle has one, so that if we need to upload something to it, we have the capability of doing that or going and making changes. So I think each department would have the capability of doing that.
And it can't be, the WordPress isn't the easiest thing in the world. The problem with WordPress, what we've got currently is, and like Lisa over the sheriff's office will say, she gets to know how to do something. She gets to know how to post a sheriff sale. And WordPress will update itself to a new version. And what she was used to doing is completely blown out and different. She's got to relearn it. And then she'll relearn that. It's happened 3 or 4 times now. Okay, I'll do it this different way now. And I'll show her the way to do it with the new stuff. And she'll learn that. And then a new version of WordPress will come out again. And it completely changes things. So it's difficult on our end users to keep it up to date.
Well, do we know that we're going to be able to update it ourselves?
Well, we can update our own. It's the same. Our election webpage that we already have, that we had built last year, I can go in and update it.
These are the same. They done the CVB, the Meet Tumble website also, and they do a good job of going in and updating that for events and things like that. So it's definitely something that I think is pretty user friendly for us to update, or they can make it that way anyway.
I think the main unfortunate thing about our website right now, it looks homemade. It doesn't really impress. It just looks like something somebody threw together kind of thing. And good, bad, or otherwise, I mean, that's kind of what we're stuck with right now. So. And
I don't disagree with you on the emblem. There's different things that we've sponsored here, from the Babe Ruth World Series stuff to whatever else, that people have, hey, do you guys have a county logo? And, it is like you said, it's just, yep, I'll send them, kind of what we have, but
letterhead and yeah, logo and
I do think it'd be worth having something. It'd look a lot better.
I mean, the chief is kind of what the logo is right now on the website.
Yeah.
Which is fine and everything, but you know how today is. I mean, there's a lot of people that are offended by that too, I guess, for no good reason, but or for whatever reason, I guess I shouldn't say no good reason.
Back up, Paul.
If we gave them a non-offensive logo to interact with, it would eliminate that whole thing, I guess.
Well, I think that's 2 different subjects altogether, because I think you're honoring Chief Wapello with the county of Wapello, sure. So I think it's different than the Redskins or Chief Wahoo or whatever, So.
Right, it's kind of like when I first started, we unified the email, so everybody's wapellocounty.org. It's maybe a unized logo or brand, or anybody's taking a marketing class knows the value of the Coca-Cola brand is in the billions of dollars. And like I said, the city just redid their brand and their logo, and I think it's important as an entity to put yourself forward to have a unified look. But if nothing else, I definitely think the website.
Well, I think we could unify it and do something to make everyone happy and not be offensive or whatever. So
kind of like Gideon Hills did. It's the same thing, but it's just different.
Okay. So you want just a motion to approve you moving forward with it, Kelly? Mm-hmm. Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay, approval of resolution 45-2021 for Savage Estates second edition.
I do not have any issues with it. It's up there, time of going.
Okay,
How many lots is it? You know,
3 lots. What they did was they sectioned off the farm field and sold it
okay.
and left 2 other parcels behind. One with a current barn on it, and the other one is a kind of a vacant lot at the moment.
Motion to approve.
Second.
all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay, number 7, memorandum of understanding between SMIHC and Wapello County Sheriff's Office.
This is a collaborated effort with South Central Behavioral Health and Southern Iowa Mental Health, as well as the police department here in Ottumwa and the sheriff's office. What we've done is collaborated with them to put mental health profession embedded with law enforcement. We have a desk there at the office for this young lady. Her name's Kelsey Tomlin. She works for Southern Iowa Mental Health. She goes out with officers if somebody's having some mental health issues or can respond to those. Our hope is to limit the time that officers need to be on scene potentially, and maybe she can provide some services and some programs to a person. They're at home, they can stay at home, they don't have to go to the hospital necessarily for treatment is our goal. This is kind of I think Jerry, I'm sure you're probably aware of this as being on the governing board. This is kind of a pilot program to see how it works. She started yesterday there at the law center, and we've introduced her to all the deputies and police officers and told them that she's there to assist them in this. Happy to answer any questions if you have any.
I think it's a good program, forward thinking. Will help some things. And as you said, you've had some other discussions as far as, you know, there's going to be times where, you know, maybe different theories will collide or whatever, but I think it's good to have both views.
Yeah. I think it's good in the sense that maybe instead of being transported to the hospital, they can stay at home and maybe get some services to them and also loosen up law enforcement a little bit where they don't have to, once the scene's safe, they can move on and she can stay back and assist them. Thanks.
I'd move to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay. Personnel, request for payroll approval change for employment of Brittany Canada from clerk 2 to clerk 3.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay, do we have any other business?
I just have one thing. I just want to thank Brian and his family for helping out with the fundraiser with Officer Johnson. Without Brian and his family, I don't know that we would have got this accomplished. And we've raised over $19,000 for the Johnson family, and I just want to say publicly thank you. So.
Thanks, Tom. No, it was a good day and a lot of goosebumps, and it was pretty neat to see the turnout of people.
It was amazing the turnout that we had from the community. So it was pretty impressive.
I suggested we take it to Riverside and double it and really help the family, but I was voted down.
I was thinking maybe once a week. If you want.
Yeah.
If you're good for Fridays, you know?
Yeah.
How much raised?
Over $19,000, and we still have money kind of trickling in here and there. And people reach out to us, asking where they could donate. So that's pretty cool. I know that Abby went to out of intensive care into a regular hospital room yesterday, I think it was. So she's getting better, but she's got a long way ahead.
I know I'd read the thing there last week. They're more or less teaching her to swallow again, and so a lot of things that she'll have to learn to walk and kind of all that stuff. So
wow, pretty tragic deal.
Yeah.
It's a really cool video on Facebook that Aaron McConnell shot off it's off our security camera servers. It's a fast frame of the day of everybody pulling through. It's really interesting to see how many cars. I mean, somebody said they were backed up all through downtown at one point, about 11:30.
And I love the angle of that camera because I'll tell you, I look thin. And I guarantee I was a lot thinner at about 1 o'clock that day.
Okay, anything else?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Same sign, we are adjourned.